What's going on, guys? Welcome back down the Barbarian Bar. Today I've got something new in this pouch. I've been carrying it for a while. If you follow me on Instagram, I've got a few photos of this knife. I've been carrying it and now I'm feeling comfortable enough to talk about the knife and give you my opinions, how I like it, how it works, and just flat out what I think of this knife. Currently, this knife is in a Kickstarter phase, so if you find out at the end of the video you want to back this knife, I'm going to tell you, no, should you or should you not. This one right now is in white scales G10 with a D2 blade and stone washed finished, of course. There are other models in the Kickstarter, of course. There's one with titanium, one with Altum, and there's also one with the M390 blade. This one has a lot of reminiscences of things that I've carried for a long time and really enjoyed, and I always thought probably one of my more favorite knives. So, if you've been following my channel at all for any length of time, you know that my favorite budget steel is D2. Why? Well, it can take a good edge, it's sharp, it holds a very well edge in my opinion, and budget handles G10. I think they're aggressive, they got a good grip. If I'm carrying a knife, EDCing it, that's going to absolutely give me points as far as something that I want to carry. And of course, another one for me, lanyard hole with a deep carry pocket clip. It's got to have that deep carry pocket clip because I like to have things really deep down the pocket, and that way while it's in the pocket nobody knows the lesser that there is something in the pocket. So let's go ahead and actually talk about that since we are looking at the pocket clip and talking about the pocket clip. This is reversible for you lefties. You can put it on this side here. You can see that this pocket clip is recessed, so there's no digging into the pocket or the side there. It fits in between the liners and the scales. I think that's really cool. Honestly, I like that. The screw is also recessed inside there, so completely flat. Very nice pocket clip. It does have a very good detent, so sliding in and out, that's not gonna fall out very easy. It's got thumb studs, which you can thumb flick or reverse flick. And then of course, a very fan favorite of many's, I'm not very good at the over the top, or I call it kind of like the lighter. And you can also do it with your finger. I'm not very good at it. Let's see if I can do it. I fumbled it. Let me try it again. Look. There we go. I've never been good at that one, but I can do it kind of. And if you've noticed though, when I'm dropping this thing, it is extremely drop shutty, and that's because it is on bearings. Very, very smooth knife. The detent on there is great. There's no dropping that open by accident, and it just flies open and drops shut every single time. I've been loving that part when I've been carrying it. It's been just one of those knives you pull out of the pocket, flip it open, do your work, whatever you want to do with it, and it works really, really well. You're looking at a 2.95 inch blade with a stone washed black, of course stone wash that is, on this particular one, with a flat grind. I think it's a very nice shape of a blade. Let me grab a piece of paper. We'll try doing some cutting. I know that's not super scientific, but it'll give you kind of an idea on how it does cut. So let's just take a look here. D2 is just one of those razor sharp blades. I've always thought it was good. One of my more favorite parts about this knife, being budget and also being a super, I'm going to call it like a useful knife, is steel liners. I'm a huge fan of those. I've always thought they were something that's really important. There's no bending this. You do have a liner lock, very, very easy. And of course, when you have a liner lock, it's got to have some good jimping, and this has got some big jimping on there. That's very easy. You just grab it, drops down. And of course, you do see that the liner on this side, of course, is showing that it's got a little bit of recess in there, so very easy. Just get the thumb in there, drop her in. And there you go. Like I said, it's a knife that you just pick up, use, and not even think about, actually using it. I've had some knives where it's like, I got to think about what I'm doing, and it's just one-handed operation. You just go to town and use it. I like that. It does have jimping back here, which is nice. I do kind of wish there was some jimping up there. That's probably a flaw. And that's just a personal thing. I shouldn't even call it a flaw. It's just something I like. I wish there was some jimping up there. But that, like I said, that's just a personal preference. Nothing against the knife at all. So being this is an EDC knife, I said that blade was 2.95 inches long, and the overall length is 7 inches. a closed length of 3.9 inches. The blade thickness is 0.138. So this version right here, being the G10, just about 93 grams, very light, but yet still heavy enough to feel like you've got something in hand that you know you're comfortable putting this thing to work. If you want to get this right now on the Kickstarter, this is where the budget comes extremely in play. $39 right now if you want to go ahead and back this on the Kickstarter. $39 for a sub 3-inch D2 blade on bearings, steel liners, G10 work knife with a drop point blade, just something that you can put in your pocket and feel comfortable with. $39 is absolutely a steal. If you decide though to wait, you would have to pay another 43% of $69. So $69 is still very well off in my opinion for what this knife is. I've seen other knives that come across the table, and for $70, that's still very, very good. And still, of course, in my opinion, a budget style knife, or budget, and I mean, how do I explain that? It's still budget being $70, or $69. The carbon fiber one, which is going to be $62. The Ultim one will be $69. And then there's a titanium with a sandblast D2 blade for $89. And then a titanium black one, which will be in D2 as well, for $99. And then stepping it up here with M390 blade with that Ultim, of course, you're going to be looking at $213. And then the full titanium sandblast with M390 blade, $233. And those are going to be the Kickstarter prices. So remember, you're saving a ton of money. I would say, honestly, if you like this knife, go all out and get the titanium with M390, because you're saving 35%, $233 with the Kickstarter price, or if you wait, the retail is going to be $359. Pretty cool knife, not gonna lie. I like it. It really does reminisce a lot of knives that I've seen or held or used in the past. So let's talk about kind of some personal preferences here. So this could be one of the better knives I've held in hand for EDC or everyday purposes, of course. And what I mean by that is something that's very easy, it's lightweight, it's small enough to go in and out of the pocket, and it's big enough to do an everyday task. One of them was, of course, I mentioned earlier, I wish the jimping was up here. Big deal. It doesn't make it a bad knife. I'm just going to be nitpicky, of course, about it. The other one is I wish there was a flipper tab in the back, but you got the over-the-top flipper right there, which is really cool. It's got the dual thumb studs, so you can thumb flick it, or if you want to reverse flick it. And that just works every single time. So is it missing that? Not necessarily. Some people don't like that, so I really like it. I'm huge when it comes to multiple deployment options. Fidget is king for me. I do like that deep carry pocket clip. It is very deep though. I haven't had any problems going in and out of the pocket with that, so I like that. Overall though, guys, what are your opinions? Would you back this? Are you thinking about getting your hands on this one? If you do, I'll have a link down in the description down below and get your hands on the NuKnife. I think it's really cool, guys. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and make sure to check out one of these videos right here.
This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail.